Okay, guys, getting ready for Capital Audio Fest, where the Vitorlas, will be making an appearance. I just released my formal review, but I did get some good questions via email that I think I should do these little snippets to give you some feedback, not just to answer it for one person. This will be for anybody that asks a similar question. And one of the good questions I got was, why is there a tweeter here? I did cover that as part of the Popori philosophy in my WR2 Popori review. So you can watch that for a lot more details. But in short, what they did to figure out a way to get by the traditional trade-offs of bass for electrostatics without doing these super wide panels, and those just don't sell, unfortunately. Sound Labs, as great as they are, they're just not attractive. They don't sell as well. And when you're that wide, it creates a whole lot of other problems, especially when curved. What they figured out was a much better solution than even doing hybrids is just increase the excursion of the driver. That moves more air than limited excursion. The only trade-off they found was that the driver and the speaker as a whole will roll off slightly at the top end. Now, many of us don't even have hearing to 20,000 hertz, but just in case you do, they have a tweeter here that is high passed. What that means is it only gets a signal over like 8,000 hertz and above, and it's not in the signal path with this. It has its own set of binding posts, so you can bypass it totally if you want. But with this, you can use a jumper or two sets of terminals, and both will play and then give you more linear response all the way out to 20,000 hertz. And this is a much more elegant solution, in my opinion, than putting hybrid bass drivers, a pistonic driver down on the floor, all the issues I mentioned in my review about how that brings down the sound stage because they cross it over so high. It adds resonances to the cabinet, aesthetic elements. It's just not, and it's not as fast, and the mating is not as good. So this is one of the best things that I found about Popori. I'm sorry I didn't mention in my Vitola review. I did in my WR2 review, but this combination is phenomenal and a much better quote hybrid without putting anything in the signal path, no extra vibrations, as I mentioned, and you're going to be able to hear it for yourself at Capital Audio Fest. So I'll see you there.